on? So today I wanted to make a quick video for anybody interested in this guitar or similar guitars. This is a Squier Classic Vibe 60s, I believe, Jazzmaster, and it's like 99% stock, and I'll get into that in a minute, but the pickups are stock. And when I was looking into buying this guitar, I was like, well, I'm probably going to gut it out and make it a backup for my black Jazzmaster, which if you are not familiar with that, you can see on my channel or my Instagram or whatever, but my black one I've had about 10 years now, 9 years maybe. I've played dozens and dozens of shows with it, I've recorded with it, I've had it from everything from standard to drop A sharp. Total workhorse, I love that guitar, and it's got a DiMarzio Super Distortion in the bridge and a Tone Pros, like a Tune-o-matic bridge, like a Les Paul. So totally different from like what you'd find on a traditional Jazzmaster. But when I was looking into this guitar, there were not a lot of videos on YouTube of people playing heavy with it. I know you can find some and there's different bands and such, but really I wanted to hear like how these pickups distorted in more of a modern high gain setting like I would use. There's plenty of people who use them for more traditional stuff, for ambient stuff, a lot of indie bands and alternative and stuff, which is cool. But that wasn't really what I was planning on using this for. I don't use the trem. I really wanted to be able to dig in and see how it sounded. So I did a little demo for anybody else wondering, and yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's hot, you know, it doesn't lack in the output. Overall, I thought the pickups sounded a lot better than I expected. They definitely have like a different harmonic quality being single coils, but I've opened this thing up and they're definitely like the pancake wound, like what you'd expect to find on a real Jazzmaster pickup. They're not P90s, they're not Strat single coils in a Jazzmaster case, so that's really cool. I don't have a lot of experience with traditional Jazzmaster pickups, so I don't really have anything to compare them to, but maybe instead of, you know, making this a backup to my black one, I'll kind of keep it as is and just upgrade the pickups and some of the parts. I did change the switch. This is a Switchcraft switch, and the reason is because like the second or third day, maybe the first day, I've had this for about 5 months, but right when I got it, the switch broke. It was just a piece of shit, like cheap import switch, and I had to tape it down to get in the bridge position, which I know some people do on their Les Pauls to keep them down, but I was like, hey, this is brand new, come on. So I switched that out. It was a pain in the ass to put in because it's set up differently, but got it working. And then the bridge, and this is kind of weird, but this bridge is a Mustang bridge, which a lot of people put on their Jazzmasters to keep the strings from coming out of the saddles. It did come with a Mustang bridge, however, these guitars do, which is really cool. But the one I had a stripped, and I bought this brand new, by the way. The stripped, the screw was stuck in the bridge where you would adjust the one side. So I can only get one of the bridge posts to adjust to the proper height. So I bought just an all parts bridge for like 20 bucks or 28 bucks. It was something cheap. I bought this guitar at a Guitar Center. It was like on super sale, and that's why I wasn't complaining, because I was like, I'm gonna gut it anyways, but those are things to look out for. Everything else was pretty good though. The tuning pegs are like the Kluson style that you'd find on most Squier Classic Vibe type stuff. They're not as easy, quick changes as like a locking tuner, but they work fine. I have no tuning problems with any of my guitars with these on them, Fender or Squier or whatever. I had to kind of level the nut down. It's not a bad nut, but it's definitely, it was a little bit too high on this side for the high strings. So once I evened that out, tuning stability was a lot better. Don't really have many problems with that. Other than that, I mean, you know, the torque guard it's nice. It's not like the nicest, you know, hot quality one like you'd see on an American made Fender or something, but it's fine. Everything else up here works properly. The heavy parts in the video are all in the bridge pickup, and then that kind of melodic leady thing is on the neck. And yeah, I have this set up pretty low action, and the bridge kind of, I had to shim the neck, and the bridge is kind of adjusted like that because I don't use the trem at all. That's just me personally. But what I do like about Jazzmasters, I like that they have the trem, because the distance between the bridge and where the strings actually go through on this, it's kind of like a tailpiece that's set back way farther. So you don't have to fight it to play it. Like, it's really easy. It stays, the tension's perfect. It stays in tune, but you really can play really fluidly and easily. And I just have this thing in drop D right now, but my other one, like I said, I've had it down to A sharp, and then I, you know, usually have it between standard or half step or something, depending on what project I'm working on. And I've had to put tons of different strings gauges on them. I'm usually at a 10 to 52, but again, if you tune low, I like to go lower. It always is able to set up and compensate for that. So I do really like having that. I know people are going to talk about tone woods and stuff like that. It doesn't make a huge difference to me when you're playing with this kind of gain. The fretboard itself is actually Indian Laurel. It's not rosewood, but it looks pretty dark and close to rosewood, which is nice aesthetically. I had to oil the crap out of it with the Music Nomad like fretboard oil, the F1 I think it's called, because it was so dry when I got it. But overall it's not bad. It like looking and, you know, plays fine. It was just super dry when I got it. Now it's a lot better. So I shaved down these frets here a little bit, rounded them off just because they were slightly sharp, but not like, it wasn't like cut your hand sharp like I've gotten before on some guitars. It was just like a little bit. And other than that, I mean, you know, everything's pretty good. This is not like the Fender branded patent plate like you'd find on a Mexican or American made Fender, but you know, whatever. They got the nice Squier engraved plate back there, which is cool, I guess. And the Daphne blue is actually pretty nice. It looks pale online, but mine looks pretty good. One of my Strats is Daphne blue, but it's starting to like, because it's 21 years old, so it's starting to get that kind of clear coat where it's sort of greenish in a cool way. I hope you found this helpful if you're looking for some tone tests or just interested in it, and hopefully I'll be posting more stuff on the channel. I know I have someone who requested a Heart Attack Man Fake Blood lesson. I'm getting to that. I just haven't played it in a long time. It's in a weird tuning, so I just gotta practice it, and my job schedule is completely changing now, so I'll have time to do more stuff hopefully. So hit me up with requests, and see you later, YouTube. Peace.